Welcome back to the Contrarians, our little mini sub show that we do here called Reliving Old Reviews as a Useless Tool of Confusion. This is where we look at a review of an album that became a classic later, something maybe you couldn't find anything to compare to, and we're seeing what are they comparing it to, and do they realize the greatness of this album? And this is an interesting situation. So we're going to be looking at Nick Drake, Pink Moon, and I want to thank Chris Jackson for getting me this review, because unwittingly, what he was doing instead was posting on my History in 5 Songs with Martin Popoff audio podcast Facebook page. He posted a review of Deep Purple Machine Head, which we did a part 2 on. But lo and behold, there's a Nick Drake Pink Moon review right there next to the Deep Purple. And so we're going to be reviewing. This isn't a part 2. I haven't done an episode on Pink Moon. Love the album to death. Love Nick Drake to death. Read one book on him. I'd never read the second one. I don't know. There might be 3 by this point. Have the box set. Just love him to death. Amazing, amazing music. I've often said of Nick Drake, Jimmy Page gets all the credit for his acoustic, but Nick Drake in his short 3-album career and then his death, right? Very young age. I think he was 25, maybe 27, but something like that. Had a lot of depression issues. But I often say just across those 3 Nick Drake albums alone, there's more innovative, interesting, super cool acoustic guitar playing than you get out of the entire Led Zeppelin canon. So let's see what MP has to say. I believe this is from Melody Maker. I've never read this review. We're just doing this live. This is a straight reaction video. John Martin told me about Nick Drake in ecstatic terms, and so it seemed the natural thing to do, bag the album when it came in for review, that is. It is hard to say whether John was right or not. His music is so personal and shyly presented, both lyrically and in his confined guitar and piano playing, that it neither does nor doesn't come over. Drake is a fairly mysterious person. No one appears to know where he lives, what he does, apart from writing songs, and there is not even a chance to see him on stage to get closer to his insides. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's some good writing, number one, and it really captures his personality well. It's this mysterious person. I love how he says it either does come across or doesn't come across, because it feels like you're in a fugue state, a dream state when you're listening to Nick Drake. So he's just feeling like the etherealness of this music. And it's pretty cool that John Martin recommended Nick Drake to him in ecstatic terms. So John Martin totally knows what he's talking about, of course. He's a legend himself. But that is actually really, really cool, a cool start to this review. In places, he is a cult figure. And among the younger 6th form and college audience, there are pockets that go overboard to catch the latest glimmer of news that moves along the verbal news meanderings. So Nick is already kind of a legend, and there's other young kids who realize how awesomely talented he is as a songwriter. You think of his lyrics, you think of that amazing voice of his, again, very fugue state, dream state kind of a voice, and then of course his great guitar playing, right? The more you listen to Drake, though, the more compelling his music becomes, but all the time it hides from you. On Thing Behind the Sun, he sings to me, embarrassed and shy. Perhaps one should play his albums with the sound off and just look at the cover and make the music in your head, reciting his words from inside the cover to your own rhythmic heart rhymes. Very cool writing there, and a really neat idea, capturing the spirit of him. Listen to it with the sound off. Wow. And then it ends, Nick Drake does not exist at all. 4 lines of know that I love you, know that I don't care, know that I see you, know that I'm not there. It could be that Nick Drake does not exist at all. Killer ending to that. Yeah, what a great review. And little do we know, right? What's going to happen, kind of thing. So yeah, Nick Drake just moves through this review as a ghost. Kind of thing. Very cool. So there you go. This has been an edition of Reliving Old Reviews is a Useless Tool of Confusion. Talk to you later. Go listen to some more.